What's happening? Got my longboard planted in the beach. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful. It's actually going into the evening. It's like going on 5 o'clock, I think. Got over to work, showered, loaded up, come down to the other side of the bridge, rode over to the beach on my longboard like I like, like I like to do. So it's been crazy since I've been back from Denver, real crazy. And it's still crazy. It's still crazy. I'm with a good company. I mean, I'm working with the same company I worked for before I left, but they got me with a good company and they like me and I'm doing okay with them. So I'm happy. And they're shifting me around and shit. I was working at the jail and it was making me sick from the mold and mildew. I'm looking at this little chickie in a thong picking up shells. She's walking by herself the whole time. I sat down and she started walking just towards me. And then all of a sudden, this dude shows up. He's like, yeah, I don't want you going down there. That long-haired dude with a longboard. Boyfriend's got to keep their girlfriends away from me. Yeah, don't go over there. I got him on a tight leash today. I should walk down there and sit down. Yeah. So anyway. Little itty bitty waves washing up on the beach. So it's pretty crazy, huh? Shit that's going on. I got a lot to talk about, man. I do. There's a lot of things being said right now. Supposedly intel. Like in intelligence news. Like, for instance, they say that the White House is shut down. Nobody's allowed in the White House. They got mock-up studios of inside the White House for like Jen Psaki and Joe Biden to speak from, right? And this is true, okay? There really is a place right across the street from the White House. They say it's a studio where they film. Apparently they're not allowed in the White House, okay? Well, this is what they're saying. They're saying Trump is in charge of the military, right? Which I'm not buying all this shit, okay? Trump is in charge of the military. They watermarked the ballots. They know there was voter fraud from the very first day. They're letting things play out to show everybody what the Democrats really want to do. And they said that Trump would be back before Thanksgiving. Didn't happen. They gave us an excuse. Now they're saying Trump will be back by the 15th of December. And now they're saying, well, since Joe Biden sold off the oil reserves that Trump saved, they can make it till February because they're saying they're broke now. They're also saying that there's two constitutions of the United States of America. There's one Constitution of the United States of America, and there's one Constitution for the United States of America. They're saying that as of just recently, America is no longer a corporation. And you can look into this, okay? America was loaned out. Like, we borrowed a bunch of money and shit, and in return, they made it a corporation where they could profit off of it. Okay, that's no longer, that time ran up. This is what I'm fucking hearing, man. The ships that aren't allowed to come into port, okay, well, I'm not going to say that they're not allowed to come into port because the television is telling you that the reason that the ships aren't unloading containers is because they can't find the help. All of a sudden, there are no truckers. and no workers to get these ships out of port. That's what they're saying. That's what they're telling you, right? Have you ever heard such a thing? In the whole fucking history of America, have you ever heard of such a fucking thing? Because you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that in the Constitution of the United States of America, it states that any country caught interfering with any presidential election shall lose the rights to do trade with America. Yeah. And Trump is enforcing it heavily because you know Trump's pissed off at China because he knows China and Biden's are working together. He knows it, right? So Trump has got the fucking U.S. Navy out there because he's in control of the U.S. Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, all of it, Army, is what they're saying. And they're not allowing any ships from China in. Yeah, and they're going through the containers. They have these like radar devices that can see through the containers if there's any humans. And they supposedly found traffickers, human trafficking, and some of them were dead in there. Most of them were alive, but a few of them were dead, is what I heard, coming from China. So I'm also hearing that, and you can look this up, NESARA. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. It's the new money system. Right now, our money isn't backed by anything. Our money is paper. That's the value of our money, is a fucking piece of paper. There's nothing backing it. It's not backed by any precious metals. So what they're saying is this NESARA, new currency. And you can even look up the new currency and you can see what the new currency looks like. It looks pretty out of this fucking world, man. Yeah, kind of weird, you know, because other countries' currency is nothing like ours. Other countries' currencies are bright colors and artful, and you know, they're very attractive, you know, paper currency in other countries, you know. So anyway, look up NESARA and you'll see what that's all about. Now, apparently, there's this guy that's like head of the military has the power to seize like the presidential what is it, you know, the entourage. Everybody in the Democrats and as far as that are playing president right now the army can go in there and take them away and say, you know, and try them for crimes like treason and shit, is what they're saying. And they've also been saying a lot of stupid shit, like this person's dead, like Clintons are dead, there's just clones, they don't even, Joe Biden's dead, what you're looking at on TV is a clone. All these people have been tried and convicted and hanged, you know, and this is what I've been listening to for like the last 2 months, and I can't believe any of that shit, you know. They're also saying that these people, like the Rockefellers that have all this money and the Rothschilds, they're going broke. They're saying that there's these islands that the Democrats are, like Epstein Island is one of them, okay? Oprah Winfrey apparently has one too. And they fly out to these islands and they've got these sex slave children. And all this shit's freaking being said in court right now. But you're not going to hear any of it because what's the Maxine trial? I can't forget what the hell her name is. Maxine something Maxine. She was a part of the Epstein trafficking ring, sex trafficking ring, children's sex trafficking ring, whatever it was. And she's spilling all the guts, and she's got all the dirt on all the freaking names of everybody who's been there. And apparently, they're also taking these children, like younger children, like below 12, you know, and they scare them to death, not to death, but scare them almost to death, and then I guess they kill them, and then they drain their blood, I guess, whether they're alive or something, because the blood is like filled with endorphins, like you know, these crazy, like I don't know how to explain it. But this is what I'm hearing, and I'm hearing it from several different sources that they're taking this blood and they're either having blood transfusions done with it, or they're drinking it or something. I think they're having this blood pumped into their system is what I think they're doing. And this is all supposed to be true shit. And there's these tunnels out at sea that go into these, underneath these islands, and they come up inside the island. So you know, or see, like satellites can't pick up a boat going to this island. There's no port or nothing like that. You know, it's all underground and shit, you know, so it's like almost undetectable. The only reason that we're finding out about this shit is because people have gone there and they're freaking telling stories, and these stories are getting out. So they're saying that the Vatican is shut down, the White House is shut down, and the one in Britain is shut down. Which one is that? God, I can't remember. And there's all these tunnels and shit underneath. They found like all these walls of gold for miles under the Vatican. And all these books, all these Bible books that apparently were written as part of the Bible, but they've been kept secret from us and shit. Yeah. I'm finding out, I'm hearing a lot of fucking crazy shit, and I ain't believing any of it until I see some actual hard fucking proof. I do believe that they're sex slaves and kidnapping children, and they're saying all those kids on the milk cartons, yeah, most of those kids were going to these islands. So, they're saying that once the new money system shifts over, that like they're going to get rid of the CIA, the FBI, and the IRS. That's what they're saying. And you get all your money back from taxes this year, I guess. And I'm thinking about all this shit. And I'm like, man, how many fucking jobs are going to be lost? You know, how many? I mean, I guess you're still going to have to pay taxes. Like they're saying it'll be some taxes on land and shit, but most of your homeowner's tax will cease to exist, you know? And it'll be like a Canadian system, sort of like, where you won't pay like income tax out of your check or anything, but they'll collect the taxes through sales, basically, you know? So, yeah, a lot of crazy shit they're saying. And they're saying that once the new money system starts, then precious metals are going to go through the freaking roof. Like silver right now is like $2 or $23 an ounce. They say that silver, once this NESARA kicks in, it's going to go up to $5,000 to $10,000 an ounce silver. And they say it could happen very soon. You know, these people that I'm freaking listening to on YouTube, they're talking next week. Always next week. Always next week, you know. So I'm starting to buy up silver if I, you know, wherever I can. You know, I don't have a lot of money and shit, you know, and I owe a lot, so. But I want to get started, you know, buying silver and shit. That's what I'm going to put my money to. Instead of keeping my money in the bank, I'm going to freaking turn it into silver and hold on to that shit, you know. So, they're saying that the last thing I heard was that Nancy Pelosi is, you know, she's guilty of the same crimes that Martha Stewart was guilty of, which is insider trading, but only on a larger scale, Pelosi, you know, because all of her fortune came from insider trading. She uses her political power to get the secrets to put her money where it'll come back in tenfold return. Well, I guess from what I'm hearing, they tried her on crimes, and she turned evidence over to decertify the California state election. She's got evidence that she gave to these military officials that are trying everybody, supposedly, and she gets off of her crimes for giving them the proper information to decertify the California elections And they only need one state to do it. That'll be California. Otherwise, they need like 3 or 4 states. So, I don't know what's the hold up there. Why that's not happening. But I do know that people are moving out of California in groves, and they're moving to Florida. Everybody's moving to Florida. 900 to 1,000 people a day are moving to Florida. They're saying 300,000 people moved to Florida last year. Got new driver's license in Florida. That's just the people who got new driver's license, and a Florida driver's license. I went to Colorado and used my Florida driver's license for 3.5 years. So you know there's even more people than what they're saying. If only 500,000 people got a Florida driver's license from another state, you know there's probably half as many that are still using their same driver's license, you know what I mean? So it's nuts. The traffic is crazy as hell, you know? You gotta know when to drive and when not to drive, because, you know, if you're gonna try to drive between 3:30 and freaking 7:30, you're fighting freaking traffic. You know what I mean? It's bad. It's bad. Yeah. So this is my view. This has been my view the whole time. I've been sitting here. I'm looking at that little boat out there. You probably can't see it. One day I was sitting here and a little boat, little tiny boat, washed up and got lodged in the pier over there, and just sat there banging up against the pier. And I watched it for probably an hour because I was talking to this girl. Coast Guard came up and they looked at it, and they freaking went over there and took a look at it, and they didn't give a fuck. You know, there's not their job to rescue boats. You know what I mean? But from what I understand, if a boat sinks and you come up on it, you can salvage it. You can pull it up out of the ocean and it's yours. Yeah, I guess that's a law, because there's like a lot of aluminum on a boat, you know? So if you can get a boat up out of the water, you could scrap some freaking aluminum, especially a sailboat or sails. Big fat pieces, you know, tubes of aluminum that go up, you know, 30 feet, you know what I mean? And there's some of them over in the intercoastal that are sunken, and all you see is a little bit of the aluminum pole sticking out of the water, you know. So there's a lot of boats out there now. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 boats, 6 that I can actually see. You can't get in to the ocean from here. You got to go down to Boynton, which is that way. There's another cruise ship probably. All the ports are that way. And then you got the next port up is Palm Beach that way, north. And then the next one is, I think, Jupiter. Yeah. So that's what's happening, man, they say. Like I said, I'm not believing a word of it. It's just aggravating me to listen to them talk about all this shit. It's supposed to be wonderful and happening. The retirement age is supposed to lower, and Social Security is supposed to triple. Yeah. And the economy is supposed to roll back to like 50 years. 40, 50 years, they say. Yeah, it's supposed to roll back. So, oh, and the Earth is flat. They're saying, this guy, you can look him up, okay? Check this guy out. If you're interested in what I'm saying, and you want to hear it too from these people, check out this guy. He's called, oh shit. I can't remember the dude's name now. Phil, damn, I can't fucking remember his name, and I haven't gone on there in a while because it's on Rumble. Godlewski, Phil Godlewski, Godlewski, Phil Godlewski. Okay, look him up, and you'll see like the rapid fire and answer questions. Check out those videos, because those are the ones. Like rapid fires, yes or no. People ask a question, and then he reads the question and he answers yes or no. You'll be surprised at some of the shit he talks about. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a video because I'm gonna ride back over the bridge, and I'm gonna ride up to the bar, and I'm probably gonna have a draft beer or two. That's what I'm gonna do. Look at these dudes going fishing, trying to catch some fish. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe next video I'll take the kayak out or something. Talk to you.